I'm getting some more blues with some crimson in it again. Blues and the crimson. And then a load of white. See how much white I've got there with that? That's quite a lot this time. There. Needs to be light. I need to have a lot of paint. See that? Mixing that out. That's good. I knew I'd need a lot of paint for this, so I really had to go to town on it. Right, so with that, I'm just going to come in here and quickly apply some of that, and it'll go solid, a lot more solid, just under there. But don't come too high with it. That's lovely. Just to about there. And I need to be quick with this because I need to keep it pretty wet. It needs to stay pretty wet for you. Use circles if you want. Put that under there. You can use some titanium white anyway to make that look soft again. That edge. There. That's the one. I'm going to blend up into that. Some tiny circles again. Now, just in the base down in here, I want you to put a little bit of green. So with some dark green, I'm going to mix it with that same colour that I've just used. Dark green and the same colour. Now with that I can just go along in here and I just want to touch some of that colour in, just for a moment. Just a bit of that colour just going in as though there's a bit of some tree colour coming through in the mist. Just as it's coming close towards you though, you'll only just notice this green. A lot of this is going to be in the background, you see. There. Something about like so. That's pretty much what we're after. There. And then you can leave all this lovely and soft. Now I want to really soften off this edge now, so I'm just going to clean the brush out, just in there, get rid of any excess water, and then just with a blue, straight white, I'm going to come along and I'm going to use that white, but we already know that this colour is wet underneath, so I'm going to go along first like so, and then just gently allow it to blend into that slightly, just as we're going along in there. You can even use your finger sometimes. It just helps to soften it, helps to soften that edge up. There. Finger again, bit of finger painting going on. Nice one. That same lavender that I mixed up for the blue, and then some more green. This time a bit more green than I used before. Now with that I'm just going to come in here and I'm just going to apply some of that in there. I've still got the blue in there, I just put more green in with it, that's all. There. Just a bit lower. See, the further off stuff getting in the distance, the bluer they get. And the closer they get, you'll start seeing these colours, the greens and all that coming through. Right in foreground I can actually put quite a bit of that green in. Just in there. Bit of water maybe, make it flow a bit. blend that up into that. So all that matters, just blend it up nice and softly, so you don't know where one colour starts and where the other colour stops. There. Now there, like I said, just going to show through behind what we're going to put in the foreground in here. Now you'll notice the canvas keeps rippling up every time I paint, because these are water based paints. So all I do is I just use the hairdryer every time, and then just go back over it with the hairdryer, and it'll just give it a really nice dry off. Let it dry off really well with that. Right, I'm just going to clean that brush out and give it a dry off. This is a little hairdryer. Right, so I've got some yellow ochre, dark green, just in there. I want to get some black, blue and crimson with it as well, so it's just a good dark colour basically that I'm after. There it is, a good dark colour. Has to be good and dark. Now with that good dark colour that I've got, I'm just going to indicate some little bushes just in the background in here, really loosely. Some little bushes going on. Actually, once you start running out of paint, you can actually tap just like so. Just leave yourself a few little details for these trees. So only the top I'm concerned about. Underneath I couldn't care less. There. Just proper. Let the bristles open, and then you'll get these lovely tops to your bushes. Now that's going to come right along. There's a few areas where you've got little bushes, big bushes, and some trees as well I'm going to put in just in here. So I just wait to get this separation first between the background and this foreground. Small bush there, bigger one there. See, I would just put them in first without worrying about the detail, because I know that when I start running out of colour, like now, I can come back gentle and just let them bushes have open tops, so they've got some detail and character. There, see that? Because your brush is actually running out of colour now. Use the corner of the brush. Sometimes I use the whole of the brush. All depends how open your bristles are a lot of the time. And there we can have one. Any paint you have on sides, make sure you use it. I actually put the brush on its side a lot of times when I'm using acrylic, so that I don't waste none of that paint. Same again, come back into there. Put some little tops on them. And then underneath this we're going to have savannah grass. Beautiful savannah grass. Very happy with that. Now there's some that are a bit bigger. We've just come up to about there. Put some little branches up to these soon. First of all, I just want to get some of this colour on there. Yeah. They have particular shapes to them, to these trees in Africa, and I love it. I've painted it quite a lot, the African savanna. All over the world I've painted lots of different savanna country. I've even done this one before for somebody and it sold so quick. I just had a feeling it would be really popular with you guys. I thought that you'd like it and enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. It's one of them that just buzzes you up, and as you go further into the painting it starts to look better and better and better all the time. Sometimes I just push up on the brush. See that? I'm just pushing up, and what that does, it just leaves some little holes and stuff in there, just enough to let some of the background through. Maybe I've got one coming from in there. Pardon me. Just let that in. I have a couple together, I think, in there. You know, you sometimes get a couple growing together, so I'm thinking I'll just put a few different stems and trunks going up to that. Alright, there's a bit of something just in there. Change the shape of them all as well. I mean, these are the general shape, but the bushes and stuff that you do, just don't worry about it. Put some different stuff going on in there. You can show sticks and twigs through. We're going to do a lot of that. Now we'll go over here where I paint a bigger one, like we've got over there. Again though, these are all in the background, far away. There's smoke coming off of there. So yeah, getting there slowly but surely. For this one I'm just going to put another little branch out. I know you can't make it out fully yet because I've got to put the trunks and stuff in, but this will give you a good indication. Once you see me do the trunks you'll realise exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing. Now up in there, I've got something right up there. It's still in the background, but it's an open tree, very open because you can see through it. See that? See the colour behind through this, and that's so important. Leave a gap just there. And then you have another load of branches going on, sticks and twigs and all that stuff happening in there, but you're still leaving it open. Smart. You're going to adore doing this one, all of you. I love it. I had such a good time planning this out in my mind. Really looking forward to doing it, and here I am blasting it away. Now into these areas I've put in there, I just want to stick a bit of dark in for the shadows, so I'm just going to use the straight black this time. See that? Straight into the black, just black on there, and the other colours which are in the brush will stay in there, the greens and that, just going to be a bit darker, so I can go over that and put some darker shadows in, just at the base really, mainly at the base, and then you can drag a little bit of it up. It's all about using darks and lights against each other to contrast. Lovely. Same in here, a few darker stuff going on. Now soon enough we're going to make sense of this by getting some sticks and twigs in there, some branches for the trees, stuff like that. Just got some Van Dyke brown out on my palette, and I'm mixing it with the green that I got in there and the black. So it's a good dark brown, but I'm making sure that it's got plenty of water with it so it's runny. Not too runny, there's still plenty of pigment in there, but it's quite runny. You can get it to a sharp point. Get it to as sharp a point as possible, and then with that I want to start putting some of these trees in. So I'm just going to be very careful at first because I've got a lot of paint on the brush. Just going to come into there. Twisted African trees, really are twisted and stuff. Gnarly. I love them. Some little stuff going on up to that, and then we've got that coming down. I think these are acacia trees actually. See that little bump? Nice. Yeah, I think these are acacia trees that I'm doing here. Giraffes love them. All the thorns. Giraffes' tongues just seem to deal with it no problem. Crazy actually. You just go in there and a few more things going on. Same down in here. There's a fat trunk on that one. Bringing the trunks right down, and then from there I'm going to bring a few, just a couple more. They actually go up sometimes, other times they come down. There. If it stops flowing, get a little bit more water to it. Oh, what you're not keen on, you can just put some branches back, some leaves back over it. So just don't stress at this point. Just get the bulk of the sticks and twigs in. That'll maybe go right through there. A few go in separate ways. Something like that. Reload again, fresh load of thin paint. And I'm just going to come up in here. This is going to have one trunk. It's not going to be a triple trunk one in this. This one's going to just have one trunk and then lots of lovely branches coming to it. Same for there, bring a nice branch down. Really fine. You can get some really lovely fine little sticks and twigs going on in there as well. Maybe this one is going to be the typical savannah tree, where you have loads of little ones all joined onto one stem. Spend your time though doing these. They're all in the background, but there's a lot of them. There's always a lot of them. Nice and quick on that, that's just in the background. Even these little bushes that I put in before, I did them so I could put some little sticks and twigs up to them. Give them a reason for being. Some little sticks and twigs that are just going to show through above there, just above the bushes. So that's a pretty good start for our background, is that. I think I might bring this one here, this fat one, right down through. See that? Just bring it right through. And if you've done it dark enough, it'll stand out to what's behind. Very happy.